Hey everybody, on my way to the plantation. Work. I've been up since 1:30 this morning because a storm came through and the noise banging on of the rain, of the hard rain banging on my air conditioner woke me up. And then it sounded so strong. It's, the gutters and the water sounded like water was in the house. So I was checking all over the house trying to be quiet, checked on my kids, woke up ravenously hungry. Couldn't go back to sleep because I was so hungry and thinking about food that I tossed and turned in the bed for 2 hours. And at 3:30, I said, I gotta go. Went downstairs to make breakfast. I just didn't make any old breakfast, y'all. I made bacon in the microwave, eggs, cheese on a low carb wrap, set off the smoke alarm, um, and quickly put the smoke alarm, and none of them wake up. My kids ain't wake up, and my husband ain't wake up. And then guess when I got sleepy? 4:45, I got sleepy. And I wake up at 5:45, the alarm goes off. So I'm gonna be living off a coffee and a nap on my lunch break. But update, I had my husband go to the dealership to get an update because I've been calling every day for 3 weeks, Monday through Friday, except on holidays, for 3 weeks trying to get an update on my car, leaving messages, nobody's answering. And most of the time they don't answer the phone. So I was like, honey, can you just go to the dealership? He goes to the dealership. They got 4 wire harness in. It came in. Ain't nobody called me. It's in. So I got an appointment next week to have this fucking camera repaired so I could use my cruise control, because the best thing about having this car and doing videos was being hands free. I could just be like this and concentrate on the road and not have to worry about steering or anything. I can't do that with the damn it's not the navigation camera, it's the camera for the autonomous driving. Anyway, so we got some progress there. I hate to admit it, but sometimes you gotta send a man because they be taking advantage of women. They really do. And I had to send a man there and have him exert his male dominance to get some fucking answers because I wasn't getting any answers. I was getting a runaround. And the bullshit bitch manager that gave me, this is my personal cell phone number. I call that shit every day. His mailbox is full. He does not return the call. And I call from different phone numbers because I thought, he got my phone number in the system. So he's avoiding me. No, I work in the switchboard. I got thousands of numbers to choose from. He ain't answering a one of them. So he's a bullshit bitch, short ass fucking. Anyway, I'm not gonna attack his physical attributes. But anyway, this Ninja Turtle looking motherfucker. Anywho, just get my shit fixed before my bumper to bumper runs out. And I'm talking to you, car. Make sure everything under warranty that can go wrong, let it go wrong before 36,000 miles, because I only got 2,300 miles left before my bumper to bumper is over. And then I got to start paying for shit. And if I got to start paying for shit, you're out of here. Because I refuse to be like the poors and have to worry about car maintenance. I'll just get another one. I don't care about debt. Anywho, I've been poor. I ain't going back. Even if I got to sacrifice my husband's booty, okay, and put his feet on OnlyFans, I will not be the poors again. So, what we talking about? I really need to do some episodes. I just been doing car rants and my 2 penny videos because episodes I need to do research and find articles. And the slave masters, my bosses have really been asking me to do my job, which I don't appreciate. But it's always this busy this time of year. Our fiscal year ends on June 30th. So we're closing out one year, and we have started the other one already. Even though it doesn't technically start until July 1st, we're already prepping and doing everything. So we're ending out one year, starting another year, so it could be seamless. So this time is always busy. The teachers are gone and everybody's gone, and they think it's sweet. Your work is like, no, us, the people in the business office, we are fucking busy. We are busy getting everything ready and paying everything and doing all the repairs while you you coddled baby teachers are gone enjoying your summer break. We're still working. 12-month employees. People be like, how's your summer? How was your summer? What'd you do? I was here. All those school supplies you ordered, I made sure that they were delivered and paid for. Yeah. The business office and the custodians was here. You like that shiny waxed floor? That's what the fuck we were doing. You think these chairs move themselves and the floor gets waxed and the chairs get repaired and tightened and put all back together by fucking elves? No, it was us. Fuck you. Anyway, I don't want to become a teacher. I'm sorry. Teachers, you deserve it. I don't want to be. Matter of fact, you should get 3 full months. Enjoy. Decompress so you don't fucking throw a kid against a wall and choke him out to death. I'm sorry. I complain about crunching numbers, but y'all deal with kids and their parents. No, thank you. I'm sorry, teachers. What you want? You want a shiny floor and some tightened desks and an air cleaner? You got it. What you need? What you need, teacher? What you need? You want me to get on IT and get you a cart of Chromebooks? You got it, boo. I'm paying for that. I'm paying for that. Get that purchase order out. Get that woman her Chromebook cart. She dealing with kids and their parents. Love you, teachers. My mama was a teacher. She's a retired teacher. I would hear horror stories and oh no, nope, nope. You got it. Let me work my 12 months. You decompress, teacher. You go wherever you need to go and delete school year 2022-2023. Delete that so in September you done forgot how bad it was and do it all over again. Kind of like childbirth. That's why people keep having multiple babies, because if we actually remember the pain and agony that we went through, the population would have died out a long time ago. We forget, especially before the age of social media, when your birth wasn't documented and you could go back and look at the pictures before cell phones and camera. You really didn't know. I just found a video of a prosthetic, I guess that doctors use to learn how to sew a tear, when a woman tears during birth. And it shows the stitching, but it triggered me because I tore from the rooter to the fucking tutor. I had one hole, a pussy hole and a butt hole, and that had to get stitched up. I forgot about that shit. Having the squirt bottle of the soapy water and having to squirt and clean my stitches. I forgot about that. And my dumbass looking at my husband, looking at his dick, talking about, you want to try again? His ass don't have that hormone. He's like, fuck no. And I'd be like, come on. Don't you want another one? He'd be like, nope. I feel like if I wanted more kids, because he would fucking stick his balls in a microwave. Because he remember, I don't. And we have multiple, so that's hard. I want to talk about my followers. I've had another follower for a while. Number 12. I keep forgetting to give you your own song. 12, number 12. Welcome. Hope you enjoy my crazy antics and videos. I don't know who you are because your profile is private, but that's okay. Welcome, number 12. I'm coming up there. I'm about to be famous. No, I'm just playing. Keep me humble, people. Keep me humble. But what I want to talk about is, like I said in my other videos, I've been actually working and they making me earn my money. How ghetto. And I haven't been able to really monitor the comments and respond. And because I was up at 1 o'clock this morning, I decided to spend my time doing that. And there was some comments from somebody with a generic ass YouTube name. When you have the name and then a bunch of numbers following after, it's a burner account, probably. No picture, no profile picture, which is fine. I'm all for your Finster and your troll pages, which is fine. And they primarily commented on the video that I did about the HSBCU woman being of not Black descent, not AFBA descent, but a person of color as far as being Latina. Now, she's not Hispanic because I believe she's Mexican, and Hispanics are European with descendants immediate from the Caucasus Mountains. People from Spain are Hispanic. Hispanic literally means history of Spanish. Latinos, however, are your darkies and your island Caribbeans and your conquered Spanish, right? Panama, Latino, Central America, Latino, um, um, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Brazilians. I think they're Portuguese, right? Whatever, whatever. Those are Latinos. Hispanics are European. They are European, so they're Latino, right? My husband, he's from Puerto Rico. He's not Hispanic. He's Latino. All right, that's a quick little definition. So this woman that won Student of the Year or Woman of the Year, I don't remember. The video was a long time ago, but she is Hispanic and she attends an HBCU, historically black college university. That's what it means. Black. These colleges, quick history lesson, these colleges and university were birthed out of segregation because black people could not get into PWIs. A PWI is a predominantly white institution. That's what it means. So birth the HBCUs. That's how you get your doctors and your lawyers and stuff. Oh, you're not going to educate us. We're going to educate ourselves, right? So they commented that I have to remember that Latinos have a descendant of Native American and it's not always black and white. To which, and that comment is fine. I welcome comments like that. Let's have a back and forth. Let's do this. And I leave open-ended comments. My comments always, like if you write something that is contrary to what I'm talking about, I'm always going to respond in a way to give you the last word. Always. I'm a psychologist. That's how my brain, I'm always going to do something to have you give more information, right? So I write, well, how does her Native American or tribal lineage have to do with her being at an HBCU, historically black college, right? And winning over a black, foundational black person. What does her being Native American have to do with it? That was the question. I didn't understand. And then I gave some background on to Native Americans, not all, some of them believe they are part of the original man. Now, quick history lesson. There are 6 evolutions of the Homo sapien sapien. That is modern man. I personally do not believe we evolved from apes and monkeys. I do believe we evolved from a primitive form of man or chimpanzee, whatever they say. No, I think there was a type of species of man, not Homo sapiens sapien, like they found based in science, and we have evolved from that. There are 6 types that we have found, right? There's only one place that we have found all 6, and that is on the continent of Africa. That's why they say all life starts in Africa. The only other place that has more than one evolution of modern man is Asia. Asia has the last 2. That is fact. That is Googleable. Every other place only has a version of modern man, which is the Homo sapiens sapien. That's us. That's me and you, whoever's watching that, including the Americas, which means that Native American people started in the continent of Africa, migrated to Asia, where they picked up the Mongoloid, because if you didn't know, Genghis Khan was out there. He did not discriminate on who he gave the dick to. He raped and pillaged his way through this whole planet. That's why some theorists say that everybody has DNA of Genghis Khan specifically in them. Okay? Funny thing is, my children were born with a birthmark on their butt. Do you know what that birthmark is called? It's called a Mongolian spot. It looks like a bruise. I thought my children were bruised at birth, a bruise on their ass, and the nurse said, oh, they got Mongolian spot. That is kind of like the mark of Genghis Khan on my children, right? So they traveled to Asia. They get breeded out in Asia and they continue to the Caucasus Mountains. That's where you get the Caucasian. So the Native American man from the Americas, the Indians, right? We all know they're not Indians because fucking Christopher Columbus was a retard. The Native Americans, right? They're not only in America, United States of America, they're in Canada, they're in South America, the Americas, right? The three, the Canada, the North America, and the Central America. That strip of land that broke off during Pangea, that strip of land where those people, not this, right? They have in their DNA Negroid, Mongoloid, and Caucasoid, right? Thanks to traveling and migration and fucking, right? That's also why if you are from a port country, like a port city, you are lighter than if you go closer in the inland. In Puerto Rico, the edges, they're lighter. You go closer and closer and closer to the middle, they're dark. You go to China and you go around the edges and they're yellow. You go into the mountains and they're dark, like this. This is what they don't want to show you. You go in China and they're black. Not dark, black. Which always was a conundrum to me because if you look at Asian people, more specifically from the Orient, right? Because Oriental is not culturally, politically correct anymore. But if you talk about the slant eyes, they have broad noses and juicy fat lips. They have big ass noses. Very Africanoid features, right? I don't know how true it is, but they told me that the eyes are slanted up because of the sandstorms. Or the hair is curly and kinky because that helps dissipate heat in Africa, right? But if you go into the mountains of China, they are dark. But if you go around the edges, they are yellow. Right. Theory. I don't know. It makes sense to me. So that's what I'm talking about. It's all shit. I'm talking my shit. Makes sense to me. Right? My mother from the Caribbean islands, she's high fucking yellow. Okay? We don't have to travel back that far to find a white. Like, we don't. We know exactly where the white happened on both sides, my mother's side and my father's side. Like, the white has a colored picture. That's why I look the way I look. Like, we got colored pictures of where the white came in. I'm not far removed from white. That's why I won't do my genealogy or 23andMe, because I feel like I want to be the 51% sub-Saharan African to keep calling myself black. So let me just live in my own cognitive dissonance and just, I'm black, right? Until you prove me wrong, and you can't, because I'm not doing the DNA. So, anywho, what was I talking about? Anywho, so, back to the comment. So I wrote all of this in a comment. Open-ended comment to continue on with our dialogue. Now, I read another comment. Mind you, these comments were 11 days ago. You could go see it under the video. Everything is public. I don't hide anything. And I also don't restrict offensive comments. This is some new thing YouTube put up, that YouTube AI will filter out insensitive comments and it won't show it to me. I want all the smoke. Like I put in my first video. Write whatever you want to write. If I find it to be too problematic to the point where I feel like you're trolling and you're not bringing any substance to me, I'll just block you. Simple like that. So the other comment made by this first no-name person with the generic YouTube name, starts with a D, ends in pi, 3414, That's how I know it's a burner page. Also wrote, back to the other comment, and said that it's not all black and white. So I said that this is America. It's only about black and white. And where you fall in the black and white spectrum. It's like autism, right? It's all autism. It's just spectrum. Where you fall. It's either black and white. Black on one end, black on the other end. Where do you fall in the middle? It's only about black and white in America. And I only primarily speak for America because this is where I live. Right? So I write that comment, very respectful, because I didn't find the first comment to be disrespectful. So I wrote it and gave an opportunity for the rebuttal, which I like. I like mental sparring. I do. I like it, right? Bring on more comments like this. Now on to the second comment. I'm delusional. This is what they wrote. I'm delusional because black people, because I talked about the high college rates of black females, right? In this country, the number one person that gets an advanced degree in America is the black female. I did not separate the ethnicity or lineage of said black female. I didn't say that they were FBA, Caribbean, or African. I just said the black female. This person said that I was delusional because all of the graduation rates are because of Caribbean and African people, and that black Americans do not or have not contributed anything to society. And I'm delusional. So I wrote back that HBCUs have the highest number of FBA graduates in this country. FBA means Foundational Blacks. They have the highest. They don't have the highest as far as blacks because the amount of PWIs outweigh HBCUs. But in terms of poor FBAs, HBCUs are the number one graduates. Black people in PWIs have the highest dropout rate. In the HBCU, it's lower. So I write all of this. And then I say, as a person, I know single hand because my mother is Caribbean. Caribbean blacks do not see anything that is started by an FBA or Black American of substance. They find it lesser than. My mother found out that I was applying to HBCUs and she was disgusted. And that is across the board. She found it. She said, absolutely not. I will not be paying for it. I'm not helping you with it. She saw going to a historically black college. All you're going to do is party and have sex. You're not going to get an education. This is what she believes, that she's not alone. She is not alone. I also didn't go away to college. I stayed local. But if I was to, and that's one reason why I didn't go away. If it wasn't for me at 18, if it wasn't a historically black college, I did not want to go away to school because I did not want to be on campus with predominantly white people. I felt it to be uncomfortable. And honestly, I didn't think I would be safe. I felt like a target. If I was going to have to live there, I wanted to be with my people. So I chose to go local. I stayed in New York. I stayed in New York City. So, and it wasn't just her. All my Caribbean friends, they did not go to historically black colleges. My classmates who have their roots, descendants of slaves in America, they went to HBCUs. They did. They went. And they're very successful and very smart. Teachers, doctor. I don't know if we have any lawyers, but I know for a fact I got a teacher and I got a doctor and we got a physical therapist and somebody continued all through the HBCUs all the way up to doctorate, right? And even when I got my master's, I went to a PWI. So I wrote all of this, that Caribbean people and African people too are very snobbish when it comes to historically black colleges, and they don't encourage their kids to go there. And then I said that, that the poor FBAs have a high graduation rate at these historically black colleges. And then I wrote verbatim, with as much disrespect as I could get in text, I wanted to let this person know, with all due disrespect, you are stupidity personified. I wanted to use expletives, but I did not, because this person did not use expletives towards me. I am an energy matcher. But if you're going to call me delusional, I'm going to call you stupid. I feel like delusional and stupid are in the same category, and they didn't call me a dumbass fucking bitch, so I wasn't going to do the same thing. Now, if they return with aggressive energy, I am ready. You ever heard the term tit for tat? I'm very good at tatting. So whatever energy you bring me, I'm going to give that back to you. So you call me delusional, I'm gonna call you stupid. Now I also wrote, Google is your best friend. Now I don't have the time or enough crayons to explain to you what Black Americans have done, past and present, for the society. And I also acknowledge that Caribbean and African parents do have a strong emphasis on higher education than foundational Black American. But I also am fair. I'm an objectivist, a student of Ayn Rand. Okay, I am objective. I also understand that there is a difference when you come to this country by force and on your own. And that mental slavery is written, and mental slavery is a thing. And I also believe trauma is passed on. And you cannot tell me trauma is passed on when I learned in my K-SAX teaching that if your father was an alcoholic, your chances of being an alcoholic increase. Trauma is definitely passed on onto the offspring. It is. Just like if you have a cow that knows it's going to die, that meat is going to taste different than a cow like, oh, look, a shiny penny that has roamed the fields and has no idea what death is and is listening to classical music as it's walking up to the slaughterhouse, and people are smiling at it, and it's getting positive energy, and it has a quick and painless death that it did not see coming. That meat tastes better, and that meat is expensive. So you cannot tell me that the meat of trauma that you eat does not affect you. My cells down to my hair, down to my fingertips, are created based on what I consume. If I eat angry meat, I feel like I'm not going to be a good person. I'm going to have anxiety and all this stuff and da-da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm going to tell you, when I was eating to survive, because that's what I'll call it, eating to survive, I felt like shit all the time. When I got enough money to buy better quality foods, I only eat grass-fed beef. I only eat free range or whatever eggs. Cageless eggs or something like that. I don't buy vegetarian eggs. I don't think chickens eating corn is good. I want chickens that eat worms, right? I feel better. I do. The meat is more expensive. When it's on sale, I buy it. When I buy it, it's just different. It's a different taste. There's a reason why Oprah has a farm. If you ever seen Oprah's farm, Oprah has a farm, cows and chickens. You look at these animals. I've never seen more beautiful chickens and cows. The feathers are clean. Come on. All of that affects you. So I believe if you are a product of trauma, you project that onto your children. And that's why this whole phrase of breaking generational curses is so popular. Because I feel like millennials and then the generation after, we are changing the status quo, and we are not adopting the same parenting that our parents did to us. Pisses off my mother. I do gentle parenting. I get criticized all the time, but you know what? my generation is not alone. A lot of us do gentle parenting. We don't see any benefit in hollering and screaming at your children and not allowing your children to speak or voice their opinions. Or when they ask you questions, you just say, because I said so, and you shut them down. Or you don't let them express their creativity because he wants to wear rain boots and a fucking tutu and a Spider-Man t-shirt. It's not hurting me. He's going to wear that. I posted a picture and I'll post it in my community section that my husband let my son pick out his own outfit. He did a really good job, actually. He put on a Giants jersey, some Adidas pants that were 18 months, but still, my husband said it's not going to fit. He said, yes, it is. It fit. He picked out blue socks and blue shoes. He did that on his own. He looked terrible, but he was just going to his grandmother's house. So he's not going anywhere of substance. It's not hurting me. And I'm fostering his development by allowing him to be independent. And it's okay. Whereas when I was growing up, I had no choices. What I ate, what I slept, how I did my hair, if I could wear makeup, I had no choices. So we're changing that. But prior to my generation, we parented the way our parents parented, the way their parents parented, all the way back to fucking slavery. We're not slaves anymore. We're not in the same predicament. Yes, racism still exists. We're not the same people anymore. So it should be easier for us to make the necessary changes. And it is hard. And it starts with religion. That's why a lot of us are atheists, including myself. So anyway, I wrote, with all disrespect to this person, what you're not going to do, and this is, if you're sensitive, leave. And I changed that in my bio. If you are sensitive with anything that I am saying, you can unsubscribe. You don't have to watch my this is not my bread and butter. If you're sensitive, leave. But what you're not going to do is downgrade a group of people without receipts. Now, when I say brash things about white women and white people and stuff, it is backed up. Whether you believe it or not, all of my stuff is backed up. White women make the best beards. That was one of my most controversial statements. But I said, prove me wrong. Because Fran Drescher was a beard to her gay husband. Liza Minnelli was a beard to her gay husband. Katie Holmes was a beard to Jamie Foxx. Okay? I gave you 3. I don't just pull shit out of my ass. I don't just make grandiose opinions and I don't have any merit or anything to go with it. I have examples. I make my own hypotheses, and that is my opinion. Now, if you don't believe that Black people contribute anything to society, you back that up with some receipts. Think of it like on the debate team. This is a debate. You cannot go up in the debate team and just spew verbal diarrhea out your mouth without any facts. You're not going to get any points. All right. Have any of you did mock trial? I did mock trial in high school. You don't get any points if you don't have anything to back it up. You don't need a whole lot of things. You need one thing. The more things you have, the more points you get. You have to back up your statements, because if you tell me that Black people haven't contributed anything to society in America, I have thousands, if not millions, of examples how Black people, past and present and future, have and will contribute to society. Let's deal with elementary school basics. You need a fucking heart transplant? That's Charles Drew. You eating peanut butter? George Washington Carver. You stop at a fucking traffic light? You got a perm? Madam C.J. Walker. That's elementary. That's fucking 3rd grade. I'm pulling this out of here. Sports, entertainment. Music. You like Elvis? Where the fuck you think he got his music from? Stop. Stop. Don't make these blanket statements. I'm an intellectual. It's offensive. Your comment wasn't offensive. The fact that you didn't put any effort into your comment, your laziness bothered me. I'm not going to say offensive because I wasn't offended. Your laziness bothered me. If we're going to do a mental sparring, Google some shit. Google some shit before you just write. Or leave it off of my page. Because put some effort into it. Put some effort into it. If you want to step in the ring with me, you want to romp with me, you come correct. I'm not for the laziness. Just watch. Just watch. You could dislike the video or whatever. But if we're going to do this, we're going to motherfucking do this.